Hey guys, it's good to be back. Hope you all enjoyed the summertime, and this is History of Digimon Digital Monsters Season 1, Episode 6. This is going to be about Episode 5 of Season 1.
Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon into champions. Digimon into ultimate. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon are the champions. Digimon, Digital Monsters, Digimon.
They're crossing like a heated area, and then what happens is they sit down to relax, and then Izzy's fiddling on his computer.
This place before.
You mean we walked all the way around the whole planet?
That just can't be. I can't walk that far, can I? I'm so tired. My feet are hot.
Looks like we're taking a break.
Well, it's not like we have some place to be.
I guess you're right. There's no reason to hurry.
Check out Izzy. I bet he's trying to email the aliens.
Maybe he's asking them to beam him up.
And then Izzy's computer crashes, and he's like, still crashed, and the warranty's expired. Now, the funny part about this episode is a lot of the times, like the first half of it, Ty's whacking his computer. He's like, hey, Izzy, I know how to get it to boot up. You just gotta give it a couple of adjustments. Like, he's whacking it with his hand, and then Izzy freaks out. He's like,
Are your brain cells malfunctioning?
Gosh, you're acting like I'm hurting the dumb thing.
Too bad your brain isn't as big as your hair. Maybe Izzy doesn't want grimy fingerprints and dents all over his computer.
and then what happens after that is Ty recognizes some smoke. He and Agumon go over to check it out, and then Joe's like, the attention span of a gnat! And then what happens is Matt's like, whatever. And then Izzy tries to reboot his computer, and then he realizes that the battery needs to be recharged. And then Ty calls them over to where he is. They all run over to it, and Joe's like, looks like some kind of factory. And then Matt makes a little joke, let's hope they can manufacture a way for us to get home.
We got graphics, we got sound. Beautiful. Up and running. Huh? But it indicates the battery needs recharging. That's odd.
Hey, everybody, get over here quick.
Huh?
We're coming, Ty.
Looks like some kind of factory. Let's hope they can manufacture a way for us to get home.
In the next scene, Joe's contemplating. He's like, I wonder what they make in there. And then Mimi's like, I don't know, but maybe. But wouldn't it be great if there was a manufacturer's outlet store? They always have killer deals. And then what happens after that is they go inside the factory, and Matt's like, don't ask me how, but there doesn't seem to be nobody here. And then Sora's like, there's gotta be somebody running these wickets. And then what happens is he's like, I don't know. It seems to be doing quite alright by itself. And then TK's asking Matt, he's asking him what the machines are making, and Matt tells them that he doesn't know, maybe some parts for robots or spaceships. And then Joe's complaining again. He's like,
Be moving those belts, and people gotta eat. So is there a cafeteria in this place? Because we could really use a good meal.
and then what happens is they're all split up together, and what happens after that is Biomon tells them to stop because she heard something, and then they hear it also, and then Ty's like, doesn't sound good to me. And then what happens is
I say we go inside and have a look around. Prodigious! Now a battery like that could run my computer forever. I wonder if there's a way to access its power. Hey!
Huh? What do you suppose happened to him?
Who knows, but let's see if we can help.
It's just a busted robot.
It's not a robot. It's Andromon.
What? This big clunk is a Digimon?
Yes, and very much advanced.
Poor thing, I guess he got caught in the gears and that's how he got mangled. Maybe if we work together, we can pull him out of there.
My mom really doesn't want me moving any heavy objects. I get bad knees.
Relax, we'll do it.
Right.
Hey!
It shifts back to Mimi, TK, and Matt in the area. Mimi's explaining that this place would be a lot more interesting if there was a tour guide to explain it. Izzy, maybe with a little child actor and a blowhorn? And then what happens is it switches back to Izzy very quickly. He finds an access panel to the interior operations. While Ty, Sora, and Joe are pulling Andromon out from the gears, Ty accidentally moves back and hits a lever, which then causes the gears to move and then he gets pulled out, but a black gear actually gets stuck in his leg. And then what happens is
I think he's slowly coming to.
He needs a couple of whacks for a jump start.
I am Andromon.
Here's this movie where a robot came to life and ate everyone.
He looks friendly enough. And I'm sure if we're nice to him, he'll be nice to us. Forget what I said about him being friendly!
I shall punish alien intruders.
Andromon is one of the most powerful Digimon of all. His body is a tireless machine capable of almost anything.
Let's give him all we got.
Spiral Twister!
Too bad we didn't catch him on a good day. Watch out.
Maybe it is a good day.
This is not good.
Agumon's asking Ty what he thinks they should do now, and then what happens is he asks Agumon to try to blast the roof, so he uses his pepper breath attack to singe some of the wires on the girders, and the girders fall down on Andromon, and Ty's like, boy, he's gonna have one ugly headache. And then what happens is after that what happens is Sora's agreeing with them. She's like, no doubt. And then what happens after that, they're all running for the area, and then it goes back to the scene where they're making the things, and Mimi's like, this place would be way more interesting if there was a tour guide to explain it. Izzy, maybe with a little child accident and a bullhorn. And then it goes back to Izzy, and he finds an access panel to the inside of the battery, and then what happens after that is they find some markings and stuff like that.
Hey, let me see, Izzy. What exactly do you think this is?
These markings are binary annotations of some sort, a computer program. A very complicated program indeed.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
I break out in hives in the dark. What was that?
I hope it isn't Andromon.
It might be a good plan to keep on moving so we don't have to find out.
Well, I'm for that.
Or we could just stay here frozen till the monster gets us.
Let's sneak away.
Can anyone explain why we're tiptoeing instead of running for our lives?
Intruders sighted. And Andromon doesn't like intruders.
And basically what happens after that is he uses his lightning blade attack, which makes his black hand that he has spin to create a drill, and then he throws it at him, and then it hits the ceiling area, and then what happens is Izzy's like, that was a smooth move, Izzy. Scratch that theory. Could I have possibly deleted the wrong program? And then Tentamon is like, I think that is a distinct possibility, Izzy. Why don't you try to undelete it? And then what happens is he's like, capital idea. So then he takes out a marker and writes some of the code back. And then he's like, voila! And then the power comes back on in the factory, and then when the power comes back in Mimi and Matt and TK's area, Mimi's like, they didn't pay their power bill, is that it?
No imagination.
That's rather mysterious.
And just what is so mysterious about it?
Well, you see, batteries are driven by an acidic chemical reaction, which generates a current. But this one produces its own current independently.
And what does that mean in plain English for those of us who didn't major in engineering?
Give me a nano here.
I'll even give you 3.
If I can decode this particular program, then I can trace its base functions and figure a way out of here. Get closer!
Oh, this is not good. I don't like this at all.
And then Andromon scans them in and uses his lightning blade attack again. And then what happens after that is they duck out of the way of it and go onto the bridge, and then Andromon's like, hear me, intruders, Andromon will exact his vengeance. And then Ty's like, hey, come on, vengeance? We're the ones that jump-started you, remember? And then what happens after that is...
I admire the way you keep working while your friends are out having fun. Don't you ever feel sort of left out?
Not at all.
So you would rather spend your time with puzzles than with people?
Precisely. What could be more fun than breaking a cryptogram that nobody else can figure out?
I can think of a lot of things, like relaxing on a nice warm beach and not worrying about being trapped in a small room with no exit. But that's just me.
I'm just trying to determine how we all got to this place. And I'd like to learn more about you Digimon, perhaps prove some of my theories.
Tentomon is complaining like, what are you theorizing about? What's the big mystery? I am who I am. I'm not hiding anything. And then what happens is, Izzy's like, then Izzy has a little flashback scene to his past that I mentioned in his character bio video about his parents.
Don't you think it's time we told Izzy the truth, dear?
No, I'm afraid if we told it now, it might be too big of a shock.
I know you're trying to do what's best, but I worry that once he finds out, he'll be upset we didn't tell him sooner.
Well, we just can't think about that now.
Izzy? Izzy?
Huh? Oh, what did you say?
You were off in another world. Look at the screen.
Huh?
It's acting rather strangely. Perhaps you should stop focusing on the problem and start looking for a solution. Your friends are in trouble. Can't you feel it in your bones?
Ah! And my Digivice has been activated.
Izzy's surprised to see that also his Digivice has been activated. And what happens after that is it goes back to Matt, Mimi, and TK in the factory, and Matt's like, boy, that's productive. This thing puts the pieces together, and then it takes them apart. And then Tentomon back in the area there, and he's like, Tentomon to Izzymon, are you reading me? And then this is specifically important in the fact that it's the final episode where Izzy had that alien theory thing, and he abandons it. And he's like, this is merely scientific speculation, but I believe I have stumbled onto something much more than a simple computer game. And I'm about to abandon my alien theory as well. And then what happens after that is Tentomon starts freaking out like it's getting hot inside and stuff. And then Izzy realizes that his Digivice is acting up and that he thinks it's short-circuiting. So he disconnects the power. He's like, I'm disconnecting the power. Now, never figured a mystery out. Oh well. And then after the heat goes away from Tentomon, he's like, oh, I don't like computers. And then Izzy's looking at his Digivice, and then Izzy's like, what happened to my Digivice? And then it goes back to Andromon chasing Matt, Ty, and Sora, and they're on the ledge, and Andromon's like,
Andromon will exact his vengeance.
Oh yeah? Just try it, you tin can! Well, come on!
Would you please stop taunting the deranged android?
Yeah!
Ground interrupt. Altitude reading abnormal.
Not on board. Gray is really my least favorite color, and all this deconstruction is missed so 10 minutes ago. Why are we still here?
We're still here because we're trying to figure out what gets built in this factory. So far, it just seems designed to put things together and then take them apart.
I really, really hope they designed it with a door.
There's no door. It's based on perpetual motion. Nothing ever stops or leaves this place.
Then it shifts quickly back to Andromon, where he's using his lightning blade attack to cut the rope. And then Izzy shows up again, and now this is specifically important in the fact that he makes two huge discoveries about the digital world, like I said. Like the computer program that's running the factory is also producing the generating power to keep it going. And basically the other part is where he says that in the digital world, basic information and basic data and simple information are given a are turned into a living, breathing, viable substance, and it's alive. And then Sora and Joe start running in, and Ty's like, "Hey, you guys, listen up!" And then Matt's complaining. He's like, "I don't like the tone of his voice." And then Ty says, like, "We have got to get out of here now." And then Matt's like,
"What do you mean, Ty?"
Capture intruders! Sensors detect hostility! Bring intruders into firing range!
Mr. Whateverman, are you talking to us?
Bring missiles to position! And fire!
Gabumon digivolves to Garurumon to protect TK, and then the first of the two missiles gets knocked out of course and explodes, but the other one changes direction to where Ty, Sora, and Joe are. And now this is going to sound kind of weird, but it opens up to reveal a machine gun turret out of its mouth, and then after that it goes to the scene where they're digivolving again, and then Agumon digivolves to Greymon also to fight him, and then Andromon's like, "Who challenges Andromon? Mondeling weaklings?" And then Ty's like, "Get him, Greymon." And then Matt makes a little pun. He's like, "Recycle that hunk of tin." And then then Andromon's like, "You puny ones dare to challenge me?" And now I should quickly explain this. Andromon is actually the first ultimate level Digimon that the Digidestined faced in the first season.
Challenges Andromon! Bungling weaklings!
Get him, Greymon! Recycle that hunk of tin!
You puny ones dare to challenge me? Lightning blade! And fire!
He's more powerful than either of our Digimon!
Maybe because he's all machine. It's almost like he's digivolved far beyond the other Digimon.
Is it possible that we could lose? He's beaten them both now! Looks like there's no hope!
Try re-entering that program that activated your Digivice.
What for?
I believe that's the key to my Digivolving.
Yes. It's gotta work.
And what happens after that is he types in the program, and then it goes to the scene where they're digivolving again, and then Tentomon digivolves to his champion form, which is Kabuterimon, to fight Andromon, and Andromon ducks out of the way of it. Then he uses his Gatling attack, which is that fish missile attack that I talked about.
Missiles to position! And fire!
Boy, doesn't that Andromon ever run out of gas?
Huh? That's it. Hey! Whoa. Cut his power! Demobilize his right leg and we'll interrupt his energy source!
Electroshocker!
He stripped a gear. That's wicked!
That Black Gear reprogrammed my system somehow. I'm normally a non-violent Digimon.
You could have fooled us.
No kidding. I told you he's a Digimon and not an android.
I never meant to hurt anyone.
Don't give it another thought. Hey, we all make mistakes.
I can't answer your questions about how this place came to be or what it's for, but I can be of some help. The best way to escape from here is to follow the underground waterway. The labyrinth begins just beyond this point.
Thanks for your help, Andromon.
I hope you find your way home, and no matter what, try to remember the big guy that turned out to be not so bad.
There's one thing you can count on. We'll never forget you, Andromon.
I know I can do this. Really, I can. Okay, ready, set,
Start walking, and then Joe's complaining again. He's like, am I the only one who finds strolling leisurely through the sewers just the slightest bit disgusting? And then what happens after that is Izzy, like, TK is telling Izzy that is it true that his computer helped tent him onto Digimon, and he's also asking if his computer could do the same thing for Patamon. So Izzy types in that same program, and then what happens after that is the program works, but nothing happens, and then Ty's explaining that just give it a few whacks, that'll do it. And then Agumon agrees with him. He tries to run in, but they duck out of the way, and they hit themselves on the head, and then he's just like, sorry guys, but a computer is not a toy. And then Sora ends it with a little joke. She's like, now that you boys have holes in your heads, maybe your brains will get enough oxygen. And everyone starts laughing, and that's basically where the episode ends. So, if you guys like this video when it's on YouTube, give it the best you can, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.